Good evening. Okay, kids. Good evening. I'm calling the August 12th Town Council meeting, and we meet at 6:30 in the summer, to order, and we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mr. Davidoff.
Good evening, Madam Mayor. Councilor Blanks.
Present.
Mayor Cantor.
Here.
Councilor Cortez.
Here.
Councilor Fay is absent. Councilor McGinnis.
Present.
Councilor Poland.
Here.
Councilor Walters is absent. Deputy Mayor Winograd.
Present.
Councilor Zdanowitz, absent. We do have a quorum, 6 members present.
Thank you, Mr. Davidoff. We're going to begin with a proclamation, and I don't know if there is a recipient for the disability. Is there anybody here? No, I don't think so. I don't think that the people could be here. But this is I'm going to read this. It's very important. And we were supposed to deliver it this last month, but we had a very light agenda, so we actually canceled the July meeting. So I'm delivering it a little late, but it's still important and very relevant. Whereas July 26, 2025 marks the 35th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, a landmark civil rights law that affirms equal rights, opportunities, and access for people with disabilities across all areas of life, including employment, education, transportation, participation in community life. And whereas the American with Disabilities Act has removed barriers and expanded opportunities for over 61 million Americans, helping create more inclusive communities. And whereas the town of West Hartford proudly celebrates this milestone and reaffirms its commitment to equity, access, and full participation for people of all abilities. And whereas the West Hartford Advisory Commission for Persons with Disabilities plays a vital role in advocating for accessibility and advising town leadership on disability-related issues. And whereas the town is conducting a comprehensive ADA self-assessment to improve access to public spaces, programs, and services so that every member of our community feels welcome and supported. And whereas true inclusion requires ongoing collaboration across all sectors, government, business, nonprofits, and the community, and recommits itself to advancing a future where every individual has equal opportunity to participate fully in civic and community life. And whereas July is also recognized as Disability Pride Month, celebrating the diversity, strength, and contribution of people with disabilities. And whereas this anniversary is an opportunity to recognize the contributions of people with disabilities, celebrate progress, and renew our shared commitment to creating a community where everyone belongs. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that on behalf of the Town Council and the residents of West Hartford, I, Mayor Sherry G. Cantor, do hereby recognize and commemorate July 26, 2025 as Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA 35th Anniversary Day, and July 2025 as Disability Pride Month. And today and every day, we invite all residents to join in honoring the disability community and supporting efforts to build a more inclusive and accessible town for all. Okay, and now we will go to public. Woo! I lost my puff. We'll go to public forum. If there's anyone that has signed up to speak on something on this agenda, it's blank. And I open it up to anyone who didn't sign up, who wants to speak to something on the agenda. Okay, seeing none, we will go to the consent calendar. Number 4, Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Without objection, I move that items 5A, 5B, 7A through 7I, and 10A through 10E be placed on the consent calendar.
Is there any objection? Hearing no objection, the items are placed on consent. Mr. Winograd?
I move adoption of the consent calendar.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We will now go to 7, new business. Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Without objection, motion to set for public hearing on September 9th, 2025 at 7 p.m. an ordinance concerning the licensing of amusement devices. Is there any objection? There being no objection, the motion is adopted.
Okay, letter B, Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move to adopt a resolution appropriating funds to support off-site traffic improvements in connection with the Center Park Place development project on Arapahoe Road, Farmington Avenue, and LaSalle Road.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Mr. Ledwith.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This resolution will allow us to accept and appropriate $150,000 from the Arapahoe Group, which is the developer of the Center Park Place project, which is on LaSalle and Arapahoe. The project was, if you remember, was approved back by the council in December of '22. And at the time of the approval, the council included a requirement that $150,000 be set aside by the developer to fund traffic calming and safety measures in the surrounding neighborhood. The developer is now close to beginning construction, and this contribution will allow them to meet that commitment. These funds will be available for the planning, design, and implementation of improvements intended to enhance pedestrian, bicycle, and vehicular safety in the area, consistent with the council's direction back in 2022. The town shall complete the traffic calming improvements within 2 years of the date of the issuance of the first building permit, subject to any additional time as may be reasonably required. So I will pause there, and through you, Madam Mayor, turn it over to you and the council for any questions or comments you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. Are there any comments or questions? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Letter C, Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move to adopt a resolution appropriating funds for an additional building inspector position with the Department of Community Development.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Mr. Ledwith.
Thank you. This resolution will allow us to hire an additional building inspector to meet really an unprecedented level of demand on our building department over the last couple of years. And we're currently experiencing record levels of construction activity across the town, and with major projects about to begin on Heritage Park, which is 1700 Asylum, and then Center Park Place, which I just discussed, on Arapahoe, that workload will only increase. The additional inspector will allow us to keep pace with permitting, inspections, and code compliance at a time when we also have 2 inspectors about to go out on leave. One is a short-term leave, about a week or 2. The second is a little bit longer, it might be up to 2 months of leave. Later this year, we anticipate a retirement following these leaves, which will allow us to adjust our staffing level back to its present level. So it's essentially allowing us to stopgap the decrease in staff over the next couple of months. And then should we be in a position when folks are back and that retirement happens to go back to our normal staffing level, we would do that. If we were to want to continue beyond that time period, I'd come back to the council and request an additional position for the remainder of the fiscal year. So I'll pause there, and through you, Madam Mayor, and the council, happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. And I oftentimes, and I think probably all of my colleagues have received emails from people that have waited a long time for permits, that we are experiencing a lot of activity, and we have had some issues with staff that have needed to take some time. So, and we know that is a frustrating process and can really slow things down. And so this is part of responding to that need, as besides forward thinking, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, any other comments or questions? Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Letter D, Mr. Winograd.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Move to adopt a resolution accepting a grant from North Central Area Agency on Aging to support behavioral health services.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Mr. Ledwith.
Thank you. This resolution will allow us to accept a $4,000 grant from the North Central Area Agency on on Aging to support the Buried and Treasures Support Group, which provides assistance to residents struggling with hoarding disorders. The Buried and Treasures Workshop consists of 16 sessions over 16 weeks, and essentially it works with folks dealing with these kinds of issues over that time period to help them become more organized and regain control of their belongings. It's had a tremendous amount of success in the past. So very thankful for Liz Bazinski and her staff for doing what they always do day in and day out to support those most in need. in our community, but also for their tireless efforts in uncovering these types of grants to allow us to offer these types of programs to our residents. So through you, I would happy to answer any questions that the council had.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. Any questions or comments? Ms. Blanks?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm happy to hear about this grant and the services that it'll offer the aging population. I'm curious, how or are we working with public safety, in particular, maybe fire, in terms of some of the things that they encounter when they go on various calls as a referral? I'm just wondering if they're working in partnership with our social service department, and I'm going to assume yes, but for our listening audience purposes, would you address that?
Thank you, through you, Madam Mayor, to Councilor Blanks. Great question, and absolutely, they work hand in hand. We do have a social worker who works in the police department, as folks know, so that's one avenue, but also working with our fire department. Our fire department will be called out in emergency situations. I can think of one off the top of my head in the last 6 months, where there was a hoarding issue that they encountered. They brought social services in, made a positive contact between social services and the resident, and provided support to that resident, and they've moved forward in a very positive way. So absolutely, it's a partnership that will always be there and continue.
Great question, Ms. Blanks. Thank you. Mr. Ledwith, anything else? Okay. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, then we're already at the town manager's
I
report,
know.
Mr. Ledwith.
Okay, thank you. So our town manager's report can be found online, and I'll hit some of the highlights this evening. I'll start with council business and meetings. We do have a couple of weeks of a break here, and our next standing committee meeting will be our Public Safety Committee meeting on September 3rd at 8 a.m., our Public Works Facilities and Sustainability Committee meeting on September 4th at 6 p.m. Both those meetings will be virtual. We have a Finance and Administration Committee meeting scheduled for September 8th at 6 p.m. And then our next council meeting is on September 9th at 7:30 p.m. here in the council chambers. Also want to remind folks that the second meeting in September is on Monday, September 29th at 7:30 p.m. here in the council chambers. So not a typical fourth Tuesday of the month for that second meeting. In terms of staff report updates, very proud to announce that Julie Vieira has been appointed Assistant Town Engineer, and that happened on July 15th, 2025. Julie has been a town engineer, an engineer with the town for many years now, and very proud of Julie's promotion into this next level of leadership here in the Community Development Department. Quick update on the West Hartford Center construction activities. So activities continue to progress on LaSalle, and this week crews are pouring the remaining sidewalks along building frontage in the Phase 2A section, which is Farmington Avenue, Blue Mercury to the Friendly Toast on the east side of LaSalle. Work will begin in Phase 3 on August 20th and will run through November 3rd. Phase 3A spans from Brico to Luxbon and Green on the east side, and Phase 3B spans from Ellsworth Road to the Arapahoe crosswalk on the west side of LaSalle. In preparation for Phase 3, crews have begun removing pavers and sidewalk, installing soil cells, subgrade materials, curbs, traffic control, and construction fencing, and coordinating parking and pedestrian detours. In late fall, 5 varieties of new trees will be planted on LaSalle. We're all looking forward to seeing those. The trees will provide essential shade, improve air quality, and enhance the natural beauty, and of course help manage stormwater as well. The town of West Hartford will hold the second public information meeting on its new speed management program on Wednesday, September 3rd, to discuss potential locations for speed cameras that will help improve safety and reduce speeding in West Hartford. The meeting will be held at Sedgwick Middle School from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Our consultant, VHP and VN Engineers, will provide an overview of their process for creating an automated traffic enforcement safety device plan, including site selection. They will solicit feedback and address questions. And to learn more about this project, of course, folks can visit our webpage. Following that meeting, we will be bringing a draft of the speed enforcement plan to Community Planning and Economic Development Committee at our meeting in September, and then we would have the plan before the council for approval at that September 29th meeting. And then from there, it's off to the state DOT and Federal Highway Administration for their approval. Speed enforcement effort yields 106 motor vehicle violations in 8 hours. As part of West Hartford's Vision Zero enforcement effort, the police department conducted an 8-hour special enforcement effort on August 6th. From between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., police were stationed at 6 different locations throughout town, including Farmington Avenue, New Britain Avenue, Mountain Road, and Albany Avenue, and issued 106 motor vehicle violations, 75 tickets for infractions, 28 warning tickets, 3 misdemeanor summonses, which do require a court appearance, and 1 felony arrest warrant that was resulted in a full custody arrest. This type of traffic enforcement will continue throughout West Hartford at varying times and locations in the future. Motorists, bicyclists, and pedestrians are reminded to observe traffic laws for the safety of all roadway users. In the first 3 months of the town's new food scrap drop-off program, West Hartford residents diverted almost 15,000 pounds of valuable scraps from the waste stream. Food scraps represent about 23% of what we throw away. Quantum Organics turns food scraps into electricity and compost. Blue Earth Compost empties the bins at the 4 locations on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. The town is working on adding more bins to accommodate the popularity of the program. Thank you to everyone who's participating. The tennis courts at Fernridge Park are currently closed for renovation. We're hoping for a late summer reopening. Until then, please check out the tennis courts at our other 5 locations, including Conard and Hall High School, Buena Vista, Wolcott Park, and Whiting Lane Elementary School. And then September is National Preparedness Month, and the town of West Hartford will hold a Community Preparedness Day on Saturday, September 6th, to encourage individuals and families to plan and prepare for any natural or man-made disaster. Held in the Town Hall parking lot from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., the event features preparedness information, free giveaways, and demonstrations. Touch a Truck and free Vision Zero reflective vests. Attendees will receive valuable information from the fire, police, and public works departments, animal control, Vision Zero, West Hartford Prevention Partnership, and will have the opportunity to register for the town's emergency notifications. And that summarizes the town manager's report this evening, Mayor. Happy to answer any questions about any of these topics or anything else the council would like to discuss. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ledwith. Are there questions for Mr. Ledwith? I don't see any. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
thank you.
All right, now over to Corporation Counsel, Mr. Dodge.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. As you can see, Madam Mayor, we do require 3 executive sessions this evening, which we will go into after your announcements. I would ask that we move item 12A to the end of the agenda. Assistant Corporation Counsel Latour is not necessary for that item, so I'll allow her to get out a little bit earlier this evening. Madam Mayor, I do not anticipate, for those in the audience, the council being asked to take any action after these executive sessions.
Thank you, Mr. Dodge. Are there any questions for Corporation Counsel? Okay, seeing none, now announcements. First is our state rep, Kate Farrar, has received the Children's Champion Award by the Connecticut Early Childhood Alliance. In recognition of her leadership in the creation and passage of state legislation that establishes a new early childhood education endowment that will lower costs for families, raise pay, and increase access to benefits for educators, as well as create a new online portal to find and access childcare facilities easily. Starting in 2027, families who earn less than $100,000 per year will receive free childcare, and families earning more than $100,000 will pay no more than 7% of their household income for childcare in state-funded spaces. Also, starting in 2027, early childhood educators as state-funded providers will begin to be paid on par with K-12 teachers, boosting the child care workforce and creating a much-needed increase in child care availability across the state. Congratulations to Aaron Shamstein, 3M and Discovery Education recently recognized Aaron Shamstein, a recent graduate King Philip Middle School, as one of the 32 state merit winners in the 2025 3M Young Scientist Challenge. Congratulations to Aaron. Congratulations to Hugo Wattel and Leo Collin on becoming Eagle Scouts. Boy Scout Troop 44 announced that both Hugo and Leo have earned the rank of Eagle Scout nationally. Just 6% of Scouts complete the rigorous process, which includes completion of a project that demonstrates leadership and organizational skills and benefits a community organization, school, or religious institution. Hugo's project was building a large hexagonal bench at Wolcott Elementary School, and Leo's project was building 6 custom wooden folding tables for the Universalist Church of West Hartford. Both Eagle Scout projects consisted of designing, raising funds, purchasing materials, and leading a team of scouts, friends, and adult volunteers to complete the mission. Story Time with Santa, weird time to be talking about this, but wins ACM Hometown Media Awards. This is a congratulations to our former Assistant Fire Chief Mike Cinsigali and the Story Time with Santa production team, which includes Joe Bergeron and Eva Espinoza on their 2025 ACM Hometown Media Award, recognizing the excellence in community media and celebrating programs produced for and by local communities. And he really is a very wonderful Santa. Freem Home Energy Solution Assessment can take place through August 31st. The experts can provide you with an appliance checkup and throughout your home and do some fixing right there and make suggestions. To learn more about home energy solutions, you can use the number that we have on our website, 877-WISE-USE. Customers with limited income may qualify for additional offerings through Home Energy Solutions, income eligible. Family Nights at the Parks Leisure Services invites you to Kennedy Park to enjoy Family Fun Night on Wednesday, August 13th, and Ferd Ridge Pool on Friday, August 15th from 6:30 to 8:30. Join us for a free night of swimming contests and games, including cornhole, water basketball, and limbo, or just hang out with family and friends. The Pooch Plunge, a town favorite, will take place on August 18th at Beachland Park from 4 to 6:45. This is an end-of-summer special event and a fundraiser for a permanent dog park. Admission is $15 per family. Pay in advance, and there is a link on our website. West Hartford Senior Center Gazebo Series continues with August 19th. The Elderly Brothers, who play oldies rock and roll music, all-age concert is held at Elmwood Community Center from 6 to 7:30. In the event of rain, the concert will be in the auditorium. Elevate Weha Back to School Bash will take place on August 23rd, 4 to 7. This will be an afternoon of art, entertainment, community celebration, and is free, family friendly, substance free, that blends youth creativity, wellness, resources, and essential back-to-school support. Concerns parents of color of West Hartford are giving away 300 backpacks filled with school supplies to West Hartford families on a first-come, first-served basis. Bless you. Center Street's Family Bicycle event will take place on August 24th. Their bikes, scooters, strollers are welcome throughout the center streets. They will be blocked off. The event will be from 9 to 1 and is open to folks of all ages. Roads will be closed to vehicles for the duration of the event, and the rectangular loop that takes place is really fun. You see such glee with people riding around. It's really wonderful. Activities during Center Streets include live music, games, hula hoops, chalk, and bubbles. Area restaurants will be offering specials, and Larson East Hardware will be handing out popcorn. Center Streets has become highly anticipated end-of-summer tradition and is the signature community event of Bike West Hartford, Inc. New Circle of Friends, a social group for seniors. I think this is something we've all heard about and talked about. West Hartford Social Services, this is a 6-week support group to help combat loneliness and build connections. The group provides practical solutions for those struggling with loneliness and actionable strategies to improve social connections and well-being. Each week, features a different theme: gentle walks, creative activities, mindfulness, games, and laughter. The group will meet on Mondays from 11 to 12:15, starting on August 25th. Please call Deanna Deshbond or Monique Dixon for more information. And then the Real Ale Harvest Fest will take place on September 6th. Noah Webster House. This is the 10th annual fest and is co-hosted by Harvey Wine and Spirit. Come sample unique cask ale creations from 20-plus brewers. Each cask includes an ingredient from Noah Webster's 18th century garden or party. And admission is $40 for museum members and $50 for the general admission. Pets and guests under 21 are not permitted to attend this event, and there is a link on our website for tickets. Are there any other announcements? Mr. Cortez.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but there's only 15 more days to the first day of school, which leads to my other thing. So West Hartford United Methodist Church, we continue to host a food drive. We realize that food insecurity is a 365-day issue. It doesn't go away. So that being said, with 15 days to the first day of school, one of the things you should keep in mind are like easy breakfast items that are non-perishable. Those are very helpful around this time of year, especially with the kiddos, going back to school, like granola bars and things like that. Even like shelf-stable milk, things of that nature. So breakfast items is one thing, but there's also a list on the Town of Cares on the West Hartford website, and it'll tell you some of the other items that are needed. West Hartford United Methodist Church, 1358 New Britain Avenue. We make sure that stuff gets here, and if you can't make it there, you can't make it here. As always, you can call me, 860-798-7123, and I'll come and pick it up and drop it off here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cortez, and always such an important reminder. Any other comments, questions for the calendar, events, appointment? Okay. All right. With that, we will now go to B of executive session.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Without objection, I move that we enter into executive session to discuss attorney-client privileged and confidential legal memorandum concerning the prospective appeal of the Fair Rent Commission case number 2025-05 and ancillary litigation.
Is there any objection? Okay, there being no objection, we will enter executive session. I invite Corporation Counsel Dodge, Assistant Corporation Counsel Latour, and Town Manager Rick Ledwith. Thank you.